Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Now, the title of today's video, Why I Don't Tongue Feed. Now, you may be expecting an opinion you don't agree with, or you may be expecting a horror story about how a sea lividus once ran up my tongs. That did actually happen, but I'm still here to tell the tale. But no, I will explain why I generally don't use these, and it may not be for the reason that you think. So stay tuned to find out.
Right, so here I have my recently rehoused sea marshalli, the great horned baboon. So it's due a feed. It's been in this tub now for a few days, and it's settled into its burrow now. Done a little bit of digging down under this bit of bark here. I'm going to pop a medium cricket in here. Now, one of the things which is debated about tarantulas is their eyesight. Now, it's been obviously proven with anatomy studies that they do have poor eyesight, and we do know that they have very sensitive hairs and they're very sensitive to vibration. Now, a lot of tarantulas, as you'll see here, they react to movement of prey, and we know that. But what is unusual sometimes is that they show behaviour which you don't see if you feed them with with your tongs. Now this T here, now the cricket has stopped moving. Now you could say that the antenna maybe is still moving and is maybe making a slight sound on the leaf, which is very possible. But the tarantula at this point has got his back to the cricket. But as you'll see in a sec, this is really interesting to me. Now you would say that the tarantula can't see the cricket from here. So like I say, I can only think that maybe the antenna is brushing on the leaf. But there you go. Despite the cricket not moving, the tarantula knew exactly where it was. Now this is, like I say, this is one of the reasons why I don't tongue feed, because I really do like to gain as much knowledge as I can from watching, the tarantula's behaviour. So up next is one of my innate tricks. Now, do tarantulas learn behaviour? The general consensus is that they are not capable, but let's take my little aminatrix here. Now, this is a spider where they're known to be very, very sort of skittish. They will run and hide quite often. But this particular individual, now when I take the lid off, she will 9 times out of 10 come up from one of our holes and investigate. Now, but this is a tea which will still run away quite often. If you go near the enclosure, or if you hover over it for too long. Obviously, the cricket here did the thing where they just freeze. But what's interesting about these monatrix, I've been watching these a lot, and sometimes they actually act almost like jumping spiders, where the cricket will be one part of the enclosure and they'll be the other side, and they will actually go down one of their holes and they'll come up behind the cricket. I've seen this a few times. Now obviously he's got his meal there, but yeah, like the jumping spiders, they almost show like planning. They know where the cricket is, and they come up behind, in like a stealth attack. So it's really interesting on this one. I've seen it with a few arboreals. Some people think that arboreals may possibly have better eyesight, but like I say, the jury's out on that one. But I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of footage of this lovely little tea. This is one of my favourites, I have to admit. I find this one really, quite fascinating sometimes. But so yeah, it's one of those things again that, like I say, you don't see if you use your tongs, because if you actually observe the hunting, there is variations in how they behave. So but I have another Matrix which is the same size as this one, and that one is the polar opposite to this one. That one will run and actually try to bury itself when I open the lid. So once again, it's like personalities. Some teas seem to have other, sort of different personalities than others. So it's another interesting thing, which I do find really fascinating. But that's it for this guy. Now I've got some more interesting footage now of my Brachis. So this is my mystery Brachis, which I received in my mystery bag. Now this little bit of footage here now I found very interesting. As you'll see in a sec, it misses with its initial strike, just like the Marshalli did. Now you can see its eye shine there in the hole there, but yeah, like I say, it missed its first strike. Now, with these round containers, it is quite good because the crickets they do sort of lapse. So even though it's quite a big container for a spiderling, they don't have trouble finding their food. Now you can see it's popped out of its burrow here. It has actually molted now, this one, and it is showing a slight sort of blue-purple tinge to the front legs. So I think it could possibly be a discolous blue, this one. It was just labelled CH, so I initially thought it was the Huahini. Now this bit of behaviour coming up here, really interesting. And this is, in contrast to what the Marshalli done earlier. Now you see the cricket behind the tee. Now it's reversed really quickly back into its burrow for a second strike. So there you go. Very sort of different to how the Marshalli hunted. This one didn't stalk its prey. It sensed where it was, and they went for the ambush again. So, like I say, once again, it's really interesting behaviour.
So there you go. The reason why I don't tongue feed most of the time is because I just enjoy watching my tarantulas' behaviour. Now, I think the more you watch the way they hunt, the way they move, I think the more, better keeper you become. It's the jury's still out, Are tarantulas, do they have intelligence of some kind, or is it just instinct? Most people would say it's instinct, but like with the jumping spiders, they do sometimes show cunning and like almost like they're thinking about how to catch the prey sometimes. I know that sounds, that's controversial and people probably think I'm stupid, but also in terms of tarantula eyesight, we're always told they have very poor vision, and scientifically it's sort of obviously been proven to a certain degree, but I do believe some do see better than others. They certainly seem to. So I think it's interesting, like I say, just to watch their behaviour. I'm nothing against people who tongue feed, but for me, I do like to watch how they hunt. And it does vary sometimes. You know, not much, but there is variations. But I hope you found the video interesting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.